I'm Mark Coggin, and my wife Amy and I have been at the village since the beginning. Between Amy and me, between 2010 and 2013, we made several trips to Sierra Leone. Not starting out for adoption, but it turned into an adoption process. And ultimately, one of our sons, David, who was known as Umaru at the time, he's from Waterloo in Sierra Leone.
And so Mark was able to visit Waterloo, visit David's family, see the village, see the area of town, and then also meet the people who were related to David. So it was a really neat experience, and that was in 2013.
When I went to Waterloo, I guess I probably really saw what some of the country was about. And in the villages, there is no running water, and even the things that might have been minor inconveniences in Freetown, such as cold water showers, you wouldn't have showers available to you, or you wouldn't have ease of having clean running water and to fix food and to do the basic necessities. Water it's like oxygen for the body. It's an absolute basic necessity. But you go and you see what the people in the villages have to do for water, and whether it's just tapping into the city main, if there is one, and just doing their clothes in the side of the ditch at that point, or just having to boil water for basic necessities. And you just, I'm no medical expert, but you just see this and you know that there's any number of disease and challenge, and just it's hard to explain how basic that is and how it's not there.
I traveled to Tanzania with a group from the village. We had donated an Easter offering through Water4, and we were looking forward to seeing the well there that we were a part of installing and seeing that come to fruition. As far as the water goes, the work with Water4, first of all, I was just so impressed with the way that they really work within the confines of the community, and they try to empower the people that they're with. They don't come in and say, we have an answer, this is what we're going to do, but they really work with the resources that are available and try to see what their solution might be, obviously given new resources. Thinking back to my trip to Tanzania, when we were in a village and we were meeting with people, so often people of the village would stand up and give what they call their testimony, and just to give us an idea of what this well, this clean water was going to mean for them. And over and over and over again, we would hear that they had prayed to God for clean water, and now it had come. I think it's easy for us to forget that He does that through people. And so we were the answer to their prayer. They prayed to God for clean water, and we were able to be that answer for them. I think that through clean water, through Water4's mission to spread the gospel, it creates the opportunity to say, we did this because God loves you and we love you.
Global missions are not any more or less important than local missions, but it's been laid on mine and Amy's heart over the years to plant there in many ways. And it's not just Sierra Leone. We've had a number of trips, Amy to Tanzania and to Kenya. I've been to Togo, and that's a special place for us in large part because the need is so great.
I think it's important for us to participate in global missions because God loves the whole world. The way that He loves the whole world is through His people. And unfortunately for the people in Africa, or the people in Waterloo specifically, they just do not have the resources available to provide their own clean water. If they did, they would. And so it takes the people like us who are in a position to help to be that answer to prayer. And I feel like God calls us to love His people and to love our neighbor. And He doesn't define who that neighbor is. And it could be the person in Nolensville, or it could be the person in Waterloo, Sierra Leone. To me, our neighbor is who we come across and have the ability to help.
So it's really neat to see. It's been neat for me to see the heart of God in people that don't look like me and don't have any upbringing or hardly anything in common from my experiences, but they have everything in common from the makings of God. And
So, the fact that the village may be surrounding Waterloo and bringing water to that community, to me, is just an amazing, not coincidence, but miracle. We were blessed enough to bring David into our family and provide opportunity for him, but there was a whole community there that he left behind, and included in that community was his biological family. And so the idea that we may be able to give back to that community that goes beyond David and beyond our family is just really amazing.
I think when you hear the term the village, and I think of the villages in Sierra Leone and in third world countries, in many ways, what defines that village is simply community. And David was raised by his extended family for 5 years of his life. And not just his extended biological family, but people in that village are the community.
I think by partnering with Water4, we continue to live into our mission of being a church for the community, because God's community does not stop at Knowlesville or Brentwood or Tennessee. God's community includes the whole world.